welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who is currently hiding inside of a large mansion. It's Zachary Beckler.
Hello.
So,
don't speak too loud. I'm hiding in a large mansion.
I gotta say, you're being hunted by your billionaire wife's family right now. Billionaire wife's family right now. And you're still doing this podcast. This is commitment, Zach.
It's just they are really bad at this game, and I'm really bored.
And it's a big house too, so you're kind of lucky.
Yeah, luckily I'm in a wedding dress, and I put some Converse on, and I'm ready to play these rich fools.
I hope they'll explode. So, you know what? We'll get into this as we break down our list. So, Zach, you've joined us before. We talked about the best horror movies of 2018, and then we talked about the best horror movies of this decade, and now you're back to discuss the best horror movies of 2019. But before we do that, I started this thing that I've been having a lot of fun with. And so what we do is we draft a squad. We draft movies, right? And then I put it on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, and the people who follow Movies, Films, and Flicks, MFF on Facebook, vote for it. You and I are going to draft the 2010 to 2019 horror squad. There's going to be 5 rounds really quick. You're going to pick 5 movies. I'm going to pick 5 movies, and they're going to compete against each other. So,
oh my. Yeah. I am unprepared for this. Yeah, and this is exciting.
Yeah, and we recently did a Scream 4 pod, and poor David Cross, I'm like, say as many remakes you can, horror remakes as you can in 1 minute, and it got to him. So I'm like, I'm going to start putting people on I'm going to, surprise them in the beginning, and kind of see what happens. So since I surprised you, I'll let you have first pick.
And what am I picking again? Just movies?
Horror movies released from 2010 to 2019.
In my draft.
Yeah,
okay.
So you get first pick, then I follow after you. So you go 1, I go 1, you go 1, I go 1.
Well, I think this is going to reveal some things about our lists here.
Oh, for sure.
And our rankings. Okay. Well, then I'm going to go first round draft pick to... Oh, God.
You sounded so confident.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I freestyle, I lose confidence.
Sometimes when I freestyle. That is true. I'm going to go with Raw.
Raw? Ooh, I like that. I'm going Green Room.
You're going Green Room?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go Hereditary then.
Oh, no. That's a good one. All right, I'm going to go Train to Busan.
Okay, I'm going to Get Out.
I think that's a winner right there. I should have done that. I go hipster with my picks sometimes, and I think it cost me, Zach.
I'm very populist.
All right. Oh, man, this is tough. I kind of want to grab one that you're going to hate just to spite you, but I don't think you'd like that. So I'll let you have it, because I'm nice. Because I knew if I picked it, you'd be like Joe Pesci from Home Alone going, Razza, Frezza, Fricka, Fracka. All right.
Fricka, Fracka, no.
Bone Tomahawk. I'm going.
Okay. Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, dang it. Yours is so much better than mine.
I quickly pulled up a list.
You have a really good one. Oh, gosh. Okay. So do I want to do something smart or do I want to do something Mark? I got to be me, man. You know? I got to be me.
All right.
I'm going to go you're next.
Okay. How many are we up to? Is that all the 5? Or
you have one more.
One more? Oh, I got to make this one count.
Or do you?
I'm going to go The Neon Demon.
Whoa. We're covering Only God Forgives on the pod soon.
Ooh.
The commentary for Only God Forgives is glorious. I love it. All right.
And I love the making of movie.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow on my drive. Oh gosh. Okay. So you didn't. I was gonna pick Midsommar to spite you, but you didn't pick it.
I picked Hereditary. I couldn't go 2 for Ari Aster.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. You know what? I just gotta be me, man. I gotta be me, and I'm gonna pick Crawl.
All
right, so you have Raw, Hereditary, Get Out, Cabin in the Woods, and Neon Demon. 5 excellent horror films. I have Green Room, Train to Busan, Bone Tomahawk, You're Next, and Crawl. A very eclectic pick. But my heart spoke to me, Zach. It said Mark.
I have no heart.
Wait, what's that movie where they took the heart out and gave it to somebody? Not Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Mother?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mother!
Oh, that's another guy. Yeah, when you say that title, do you when you say Hail Caesar, is that how you have to say it?
I think so. It has the exclamation point.
Everybody wants some. Well, that has 2 exclamation points.
I always think of like heart. I have no heart from Van Helsing.
Oh, and the opera singing Frankenstein.
Oh my God!
You and I watched that together, and didn't we laugh
all the way through? We watched it at a pre-screener.
Yeah. I think people were annoyed at us, and we got annoyed at them because you and I weren't being brats. We were just genuinely laughing.
Yeah.
We weren't being haughty film haters or being pretentious. I thought Frankenstein swimming or singing while being pushed away on a tiny raft at the end was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
No, I'm Frankenstein.
And Kate Beckinsale runs a lot. I don't think she ever walks in that movie, does she?
No. And then she also like looks like a vampire, but is not a vampire in it. Is she a vampire? No, she's not. That's Underworld.
Oh yeah, there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
That
Van Helsing. We didn't put Van Helsing on. Oh, that's like 2004.
Yeah, that was my 6th pick. If we would have added the 2000s and up, my first 2 would have been Drag Me to Hell and Descent.
Yeah, I would put Mulholland Drive in there.
Oh yeah, you would. I'd have picked that first, just to be petty. You would have hated that. Like if we did the draft, I'd go Twin Peaks season 3 or 4.
You jerk.
All right. So 2019, it's been a good year for horror, Zach, has it not? Oh, and by the way, Zach is an award-winning director. He directed an excellent film called Interior. You can go watch it on Amazon Prime, or you can go on Amazon Can you buy the Blu-ray yet with your commentary?
No.
Oh.
I should probably sell that though.
But if you go to Zachary Beckler at Letterboxd or Twitter or interiormovie.com, you can somehow message him, slide him some PayPal dollars, and he'll send you the film.
I'd have to print some more. I should do that, yeah.
It's really good.
They're really good. Thank you. They're really good at editions. So
I show my students the film, and I tell them that you made it for $15,000, and I just kind of lecture them about how they don't need, do a short, raise some money, make this, have good production design, good actors, have a nice tight script. You did a lot of sound mixing, you did all that, right?
My brother did the design, and then I did like a kind of edit final mix with his final mix, so we kind of collaborated there. But it's just the 2 of us, yeah.
That's awesome, man. You did it. I tell my students just do, and they're like, oh, I don't know, man. I wanna direct, Guardians 3, and I'm like, yo, come on, guys.
They want you to make Super first.
Oh my god!
Before you jump into Guardians 3.
That movie's so nasty. Super. That's a nasty picture, Zach. That's all that we have to say about that. Yeah. I was thinking about Slither the other night, and I was also drinking, and it was kind of crazy. I couldn't get drunk because I have so much muscle mass.
Nathan Fillion.
There's a great inside joke. No, but
that is a
super inside joke. But that fit with me, right? When we saw it, I was like, yeah, that's something I'd say.
Trying to get a buzz on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably too much muscle mass.
No big deal. No, so 2019, what's up? Oh, go for it.
I was just saying, I love the look on his face when he drops the grenade. It's the best look any actor is given of disappointment. Just nothing.
I love good grenade gags, Zach. I'm a grenade gagger. Jojo Rabbit, In the Army
Top
Now.
Secret.
Top Secret. I love.
He jumps on the grenade and everyone jumps. Everyone explodes out.
That's a classic right there. Skeet Surfing, USA.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that time we had an underwater fist fight because of that film?
Yeah, I drowned.
And now you have a 6th and 7th sense.
Now when I touch people's hands, I just kind of know things.
Yeah, and you just rub against them.
You want to know why your sister killed herself? That's from The Dead Zone, everyone.
Oh, I love that movie. That was a good walk-in impersonation.
Thank you. He has the 2 voices. He has the the voice everyone does, and the very, very serious voice.
And then what's the Martin Sheen voice?
Oh God, I don't have the years of cigarettes to do that voice. Don't make me. It'll hurt.
Nice little raspy. That's like me trying to say everybody wants some loudly. I burned my throat, man. It hurt.
Saigon. No, I can't do it. It's awful. Cut this out.
Okay, I will. As people are listening to it. Now, 2019,
It's
Zach.
alive.
2019. 2019's been a great year for horror, has it not? Not a great year. It's been a very good year for horror, would you say?
I would say great year, but what year isn't a great year?
Yeah,
Probably
you're right.
a year that doesn't have any good horror movies.
That's not a good year.
That is a terrible year.
But the year the movie A Good Year was released.
It's a great year for critics discovering that horror movies are good.
Hey guys, have you heard about this? Did you hear on Twitter someone's like, Us, Midsommar, literally saved horror movies? And I went, what? It got
Literally?
Yeah, it said they got like it got 30,000 retweets, and I just went, wait, what? But what I like about 2019 is I wrote an article for Rotten Tomatoes about I just analyzed 40 years worth of tomato meter data, and this is just the critics and their averages on Rotten Tomatoes. But this is the only year in 40 years that has above a fresh average. We have the standouts like Crawl, Us, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, but then we have movies with like Ma, Brightburn, Annabelle Comes Home, The Dead Don't Die, Three from Hell, which was 50%. We have these movies that so in most years you have these movies that are like 0%, 10%. The lowest rated movie this year was Countdown, and it's 25%, and that's the highest. So the 40 years, it's the best worst movie with tomato meter average. So there's movies with 0%, 5%. So it's the best worst movie in the last 40 years per year. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then
So on average, basically the critics are rating the horror movies higher than they ever had.
Well, see, the 80s are the best decade on average. So if you average all 10 years of the 80s, it's higher. But the only year with a fresh average is 2019. And the 2000s were the worst because that was just remakes and a bunch of really crap sandwich movies, except for a few really great ones. But I don't know. I just think it's been there's Countdown, obviously, but there hasn't been too many weak horror films. I love the Child's Play remake. I thought that was a lot of fun.
And that's one that they thought we're going to release it like a standard horror movie where we're not going to screen it for critics. We're just going to get our opening weekend and kind of get out because we know we're going to get bad reviews. And then it got pretty okay reviews and pretty good word of mouth.
And Crawl too. They didn't release Crawl until the critic reviews until the Thursday or Friday beforehand, and then it was like 93%. And I bet they were kicking themselves.
Crawl, in which everyone freaking loves this movie like it's the second coming of horror in the critical community.
Yeah, it's but you know what though? For me, it's a lot of fun. I sat in the theater with my wife Megan and I were sitting in the theater just laughing and enjoying ourselves. And I think that Aja, I just watched a 90-minute documentary about the making of Piranha 3D because we're covering that on the podcast. And that guy really knows what he's doing. He's a very talented guy.
Yeah, he got his start with High Tension, and aside from the ending, that's like a really great horror film. And then the Hills Have Eyes remake after that, which I prefer to the original.
So good.
And then Mirrors is Mirrors.
Yeah.
And then he hit a rough patch, maybe. But Piranha 3D, I had a lot of fun with in 3D.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a bonkers movie, man. Piranha, that's like balls to the wall.
That beach massacre scene is next level, and it's what I wish the Meg had enough rating to go there.
Oh, yeah.
With its beach scene.
A woman's hair, it gets stuck in a propeller, and it gets ripped off, or the skin of her face gets ripped off, and you just see her skeleton. It's insane.
I'm there for it.
It's so good. So many, and then, that piranha eats Jerry O'Connell's penis, and then belches it up, and then eats it, then belches it up again, just in 3D.
In 3D, and just hovering in front of you in space.
Oh, yeah, it's but yeah, so.
That is cinema.
I'll tell you what, kids. But this, I don't know. Do you think the stepping up of A24 and kind of Neon and Blumhouse to a certain extent, and Ari Aster coming in, Mike Flanagan has stepped it up. Do you think that's helped a lot of horror? Just these they have a venue to be released now into theaters?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have so many horror movies being made, and the ones of a certain quality, which used to be released in theaters and get that, good opening weekend. Now a lot of them are going directly to VOD. Now a lot of them are being picked up by Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. And then you have these companies like A24, like Neon, that are still independent companies that are doing theatrical releases and pretty wide theatrical releases. Mm-hmm. And this is where they're kind of becoming the model of something like New Line Cinema, where New Line Cinema's first big moneymaker was Nightmare on Elm Street. Before that was like Reefer Madness, but they weren't making movies before really Nightmare on Elm Street. And that they make their money and earn their fortune on these horror movies. And then that kind of subsidizes some of the, more dramatic films that might not make so much money at first.
Yeah, they can release Waves or mm-hmm. like The Last Black Man in San Francisco, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And those get wide theatrical releases because something like Midsommar makes enough money, and they give it a different release with a director's cut, and people go to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat though that a movie like Midsommar is getting as much press as it is in today's mm-hmm. day and age. I mean, that was a pretty big deal. I don't know if I'm in a movie bubble or not, but people knew about Midsommar, a 2.5-hour cult film with a lot of dancing and crying.
Mm-hmm. And I think they responded to it in that kind of. It's one of the things I like about Midsommar, which we'll probably talk about when we get to it.
True.
I'm sure it's on the list.
Yeah.
Who knows? That it has a kind of energy of discovery that a lot of things might not make sense at first, but a lot of things in The Shining didn't make sense at first, but something is inherently attractive about it that keeps kind of pulling you back into its tone and its the world it's creating.
Yeah, I agree. I also like the biscuit making.
The biscuit making.
Or cakes. Well, yeah. Are they making cakes?
It's like pies.
Pie making. I love the pie making in it.
I like all but one of the pies.
Oh gosh. And it has the best peen peen on a tree in 2019.
Yep, but not of the decade. That would be raw.
Oh goodness. Yep, you're right.
I guess that's on a roof.
Followed by Alien Covenant
and Climax.
Oh yeah, goodness.
A lot of pee.
Yeah. And another one just had it too.
Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, Lighthouse. Yep, some good peeing in that.
Perfection had a lot of other bodily fluids.
There's some
pee there.
This is a very juicy thing, and we got a lot of blood and explosions in this one too. Barry Pepper in Crawl down there in the water, like he had to have peed.
Yeah, there's a lot of pee in that water. There's probably a lot of croc poo. She goes through a sewer. I mean, come on.
Yep. All right. So we were going to do a top 10, but then you and I had a bunch of intersecting movies on our list, and so we're going to do a top 12. How's that sound, Zach?
That sounds good to me. I hope there's some way that we could combine these lists into one master list based on the rankings.
And that's what we did. Oh, I didn't explain that. Zach gave me a top 10. I put in a top 10. Actually, he put in a top like 15. I put in a top 15. The movies that were number 1 got 10 points. Number 2 got 9 points. 3 got 8 points, etc., etc. Movie with the most points is first place. But that didn't really matter for us because the first place was the first place in both our lists. We won't talk about that yet. But here are some movies that we're not including on the list that got 1 point. So we have Annabelle Comes Home. I enjoyed that. 47 Meters Down 2. I love the sharks. Story's a little funky, but the sharks are these teleporting gigantic great whites who have scarred up bodies, and they're sweet to look at. Then we have Child's Play. What?
When you describe it like that, I want to see it now.
No, dude, I'm telling you, that guy, he made Strangers Prey at Night. And 47 Meters Down is a really mean movie as well, with a couple really lasting visuals. So if you can get around the first few minutes of this film and just enjoy the sharks, it's worth watching. I love the sharks in the movie. I mean, it's good. Like they're Zach, you'll watch
that's
it.
The motto I live my life by that model. Just enjoy the sharks. Just forget everything. Enjoy the sharks.
I mean, think about it, right? Just enjoy it. They're really cool, Zach.
Live every week like it's Shark Week.
Oh my gosh, I have that tattoo, across my chest. And then we and then we have Child's Play with 1 point, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which I watched because you had it in your list and I really enjoyed it. It Chapter 2, VFW. So I got a press kit for it, but I didn't get the screener. So I was like, hey, can I get the screener to watch it in time for this? But I couldn't get it. So this movie...
Well, it's a festival movie right now. I don't know if it has a release this year. It might. Fangoria, I believe, is putting it out. Like they have a new distribution. So it might be a next year, as is another movie on my list that I saw at a festival that I think you'll get to After Midnight, which is not going to have a release until next year. So that might come back on the next year's list.
And you have a lot of Jeremy Gardner in this list.
Jeremy Gardner is just a fantastic actor. I love everything he's been in. I love everything he's directed. He brings a tour de force in many films this year, including Bliss, including After Midnight, which he directed and co-directed with Christian Stella. And I love him in a little seen film called Fingers from this year, which is just bananas. His performance is bananas.
Would you say he has an Energizer battery when it comes to his career?
I'm waiting for – is there a pum here?
Well, yeah, because he made that movie The Battery, right?
Oh, damn it.
And it keeps going and going.
It's like a me joke. It keeps going and going.
What do you think? Was that good?
That's very good.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy. You don't know me, but big fan. All right. So then
he lives in my town, so.
Nice. Do you guys go high five each other and run around with your movies in your hands, showing them to people?
Weirdest thing is me and his co-director, Christian Stella, and him, we always see each other in Tennessee. We never see each other in Florida, even though we're kind of within 40 minutes of each other.
Do you guys go to bars and you're kind of like, man, I love the movie you directed. I love the accolade it's getting so people can hear it. And they're like, you guys are directors? Do you guys wingman each other like that?
No, but we have had that conversation. Like,
nice.
Like, oh, wow, you did that. Wow, good.
Yeah, but really loudly so everyone hears.
Very loudly, yes.
Right. And then
there's a I just want to give a shout out to a new thing from After Midnight when you get to see it called a gorilla fart.
Gorilla fart?
So I will let you discover what that is.
I can't wait.
You're going to love it.
I'll watch that with Tammy and the T-Rex gore cut, which I ordered on a Black Friday deal.
Oh, I saw that this year, and it is also something special.
Yeah, I bought the Blu-ray. It was like $20. I was like, you know what? Vinegar Syndrome did it, so I bought it.
I might get the 4K.
I'm getting it tomorrow. I can't wait.
I need Tammy in HDR, basically.
Yeah. What about the T-Rex?
I could take it or leave it.
Got it. And then After Midnight had 1 point. And then we're going to get in at 12. You ready for this, Zach?
All right, let's do this.
But I feel bad because some of these movies that are in the top 10 aren't on both of our lists. We just loved them. So one movie could be at 2 and I could have a movie at 2 and you could have it at 12 and it would still be in the top 10 because I ranked it so highly. But we both had this movie in our list, but it's still at number 12, and that's Perfection, directed by Richard Shepard, starring Allison Williams and Logan Browning, and Steven Weber. Shout out to Wings. This movie, you summed it up best when we were talking before the pod. What do you think about this film, Perfection?
I think it is so lurid and trashy, and it's that kind of lurid trashiness I miss in a lot of horror films and a lot of, kind of erotic thrillers.
Yeah.
That's the only time I use the word thriller is when I talk about erotic thrillers because they're sexy action horror movies, basically.
And that's what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a sexy.
I called it
sexy
Whiplash meets Martyrs, basically.
Wow. I like sexy action horror movie with
sexy action horror movie Whiplash Martyrs.
Whiplash meets
with
Martyrs.
A heavy dose of Brian De Palma.
Whoa. That's it right there. If De Palma directed Whiplash, Martyrs Whiplash. Wait. If De Palma directed a Whiplash Martyrs hybrid.
If De Palma was going to choose between Whiplash and Martyrs, and then he tripped on his way to the copy machine and they got switched up in every other page was each script, and he directed that would be the perfection.
I want to watch this. He just goes, whoa, throws the script up. And then some intern puts it back together, and he wakes up, and he's like, he wakes up from unconsciousness because it's a really bad fall. It's like, this is brilliant.
Oh, we gotta shoot tomorrow.
Yeah. Start building the sets. The production designer's like, I hate my life. Yeah.
And maybe one of my favorite final shots of the year is in The Perfection.
Oh my gosh. Now, we don't want to spoil it, right? Let's not spoil. No. Okay. This is a tough movie because after even by saying there's spoilers, we're kind of spoiling it. But after about a half hour, you gotta stop telling people.
Yeah.
Right?
You can get the central premise, which is a cellist who's been out of out of the game for a while because she's been taking care of her sick mother. Or is it her father? I think it's her mother.
Yeah.
Returns to her old teacher to be kind of a judge and see the new talent. And you see a kind of blossoming of jealousy between her and this new woman. And then it becomes a weird seduction. And that's all I'll say.
Would you say there's a jealous cellist in this?
There's many jealous cellists. It goes to some dark places too.
And the cinematography is so bright. Remember how we talked about The Ranger last year with the very, like, not pastel, but almost neon, brightly lit kind of colors? This movie has a very HD, not HD, but very crisp look to it. It looks like it doesn't look like it's going to go where it's going, if that makes sense.
It's like, it looks like the perfect Netflix movie, and then the story plays out. And it's like, oh no, Grandma, don't watch this.
Oh, hey, this is fun. A movie about a jealous cellist. Let's watch this.
It's the girl from Girls.
Yeah, and that guy directed on Girls too, the director.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought her back. They teamed up
shout
again.
To Steven Weber, the best Jack Torrance. I can't back that up with, I don't believe that. But Steven Weber is very good and very disturbing in this film.
Yeah, he's just slippery, slimy. I hate the scene where he has the croquet stick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, that's the Shining TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hate that scene.
All right, number 11 is Bliss, directed by Joe Begos, right, and starring Dora Madison Burge as Desi, an artist who has lost her mojo and then goes to some very dark places after she takes a drug called Bliss. Is that a good summation, Zach?
That's a good summation. And she's a painter. She's kind of dreading a deadline. She's taken in advance, and she is kind of has a block. Another Jeremy Gardner performance as the boyfriend, and she does everything in her power to get away from doing any work by kind of devolving into drugs and alcohol. And then she takes one drug too many, and it becomes what I call Gasper knows the addiction.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Someone actually, I read that, like people were kind of comparing like her journey into hell almost.
And it is a gory, gory journey to hell. Joe Begos loves the practical effects, loves gory, just viscera. And this is one of two movies he's released this year. The other one is VFW, which I can't wait for you to see because I think you'll really love these old codgers in an Assault on Precinct 13 riff trying to fend off all these. And the Star of Bliss is also on the evil team.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. Her hair is saying something in that one.
It's like, all right, we wrap shooting here. Let's go to the next shoot.
Yeah, we move next door. But so you and I talked about this, and this movie stayed on my mind. So I've forgotten about so many of the movies I've watched this year. You just don't have that space. But there are some lasting visuals from this film that I'm not going to be able to quit anytime soon. The one thing that really took me out of this film, and I want you to say whether I'm nitpicking or not.
How dare you?
In this movie, I feel like they were either trying to establish her as this really tough, don't mess with me. I don't know. But I think there's a decent amount of improv in here because the F-bomb is said between every line. And it's like, I get it, like, Zach, you killed my family, you mother effer. Like, you did, like, but in this one, I'm going to go down to the taco stand and eat some fucking tacos. And then I'm going to go brush my effing teeth. And then I'm going to go grab an effing burger, and then I'm going to get my effing car. I'm going to turn the keys into the ignition, turn on the effing car. Then I'm going to turn on my effing radio, and then I'm going to say F it when someone calls me, and then what the F is up, and then, hey, give me another effing drink. It just felt very improv-y, and, they said before that when people improv, they just drop F-bombs. And so I just got so turned off by that, even though I love the visuals, and I love the gore, and I loved where it took me. I just couldn't focus on it because it just, I don't know. It felt second rate in a first rate gore story type film.
Yeah, I could see that. It didn't bother me as much. I could kind of see that was happening, but the visuals and the tone and all the neon lights and the 16 millimeter cinematography, again, it's shot on film and it looks amazing. A lot of those 360 shots, like spinning the camera in place, especially that sex scene where we're just going upside down and around. It's really had me kind of enraptured in this sensory experience more than, I can see the problem with the scripts.
The sensory experience, though, that's a great, that's a perfect, like, summary. It's a sensory blasting experience, I would say. It's not for the faint of heart. And how many horror movies have you watched where you go, ooh? Does that make sense? You see something so gory that you just go, wow.
Yeah, I can't get Jeremy Garner's death out of my head, like when he just rips his head. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, but that's when have you said that? Have you had that reaction anytime recently? Maybe Green Room did it to me. Blue Ruin did it to me.
Yeah, Climax did it to me. A little bit of Doctor Sleep. Like there's one scene in Doctor Sleep that did it to me.
Oh no! Will this hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Pain makes it taste better.
Oh, goodness gracious. When we get to that movie, I'll tell you about a good conversation I had with someone that kind of summed up my feelings for it.
Mm-hmm.
But but Bliss, it's worth watching. I don't know. It was I just couldn't stand the F-bomb. Like, you could have taken that out. You could have taken out 300 of them easily.
Look, they're shooting on film. You only have so many takes.
Oh, wow. You're right. As you as a director, you're a director, I'm not, but would you want to have that many would you want that in your film?
I mean, I don't write that way, but I do also make a kind of improv-y atmosphere on my sets. So I'll let the actors say it in whatever way they feel comfortable doing. I might do a rehearsal first and see just how many F-bombs are in it and just see what feels natural. It's really about seeing what feels natural, and if it doesn't feel natural that there's that many F-bombs, maybe it does to that character, or maybe it did to that filmmaker. I don't know.
Now, to be fair, I was watching Reservoir Dogs when I was 12, and I remember going, the swearing in this movie is next level. So maybe it's just me having a reaction. So I watch movies with so much gore and viscera and explosions, and I don't mind it, but 7,000 F-bombs bother me. So maybe it's just my hang-up.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Don't take it out on these poor filmmakers.
You know what? Number 1 on the list, Bliss.
With a bullet.
Yeah. All right.
Silver bullet.
This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week. All right, top 10, Zach. This is big. Number 10, The Dead Don't Die. Jim Jarmusch.
Yes. I need to defend this movie a little bit from the kind of vitriol I'm seeing from it. I get a lot of the criticisms about it. I get that it feels like, at times, an old filmmaker trying to do something that younger filmmakers have already been doing for many years, which is make a play on the zombie genre. And maybe he's not as successful as an Edgar Wright or the Zack Snyders of the world, I think it's much better than Zombieland. But I think that Jarmusch is smarter than this, and I think he knows more about the zombie genre than we might think he does. And I think the unoriginality of its central metaphor is played out by the character. So I guess I could talk about what it is. It's a small town that is in the beginnings of a zombie apocalypse, as there's some global crisis vaguely happening on the news, and everyone is rather Jim Jarmusch about it.
You know what kind of boggles my mind is, I'm going to go off on a tangent, but when Only God Forgives came out, people were just dogpiling on it because it wasn't Drive. But I kind of went, haven't you guys have seen Nicholas Winding Refn movies before? This is a Nicholas Winding Refn. This is no different than Valhalla Rises. Or, this is on par for him. It just wasn't Drive. But this movie, I think they marketed it as this starring Adam Driver and that, I know her
Bill
name,
Murray
from Spring Breakers. Who's the one from Spring?
Selena Gomez. And so people probably went to this movie not knowing about Only Lovers Left Alive or Coffee and Cigarettes or Broken Flowers and a Dead Man, knowing about his very droll, very
patient, very oddball sense of storytelling. So while I was watching it, I adored every second because I knew what I was getting into. A lot of people who watched it were expecting something like a Dawn of the Dead remake. And that's the exact opposite of what they got. So I guess I can see how their expectations hurt them.
On the other end, a lot of people are thinking like, oh, it's Jarmusch. He's going to kind of reinvent this zombie genre. He's going to do something political, or he's going to do something like Only Lovers Left Alive did with the vampire genre, which it kind of refreshed it. And I don't think that's the point he's trying to make. I think he's making the point that this is tired and we're still seeing it and dealing with it. And everyone who is interacting with the zombies, there's no scene in which they go, oh, what is this? Why? It's not like Resident Evil where it takes them, half the movie to realize you got to shoot him in the head.
Yeah. They know.
Everyone knows, I think it's zombies, ghouls.
Yeah,
and the reaction is apathy and apathetic acceptance. And I think what he is doing is exploring this genre, or he's exploring the culture through the genre that's trapped in its own mechanisms, where everyone knows what's happening and we still are just letting it happen because that's part of it. And we can, with like the Tilda Swinton character, ascend to something higher, ascend to something new and complete and different.
Watching her drive around in that tiny car made me so happy.
Watching Tilda Swinton do most things just makes me happy.
Yeah,
but
you didn't
shout out to the funniest thing in the movie, which is phrase on Steve Buscemi's hat.
Oh, make America white again?
No. It's even funnier. It's keep America white again.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is.
It makes no sense. The more you look at it, it's like the perfect Jarmusch joke. It's like, oh, that's funny. Oh, no, that's really funny. Oh, no, that's really funny.
What? You didn't read the script? Yeah, he sent me the whole script. Just watching Bill Murray and Adam Driver quibble.
Also, everything Adam Driver says in this movie is gold.
And the song that they played over and over. I love Danny Glover and the Squirrely Kid from War on Everyone and Three Billboards. I like their story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just it's a Jim Jarmusch picture.
Yeah, and he has a point. He has a purpose for doing this unoriginal thing with the genre, because he's making a point about that unoriginality and those kind of mechanisms.
You're the Jim Jarmusch of this podcast. I'm like I'm the Neil Marshall. I just make blood explode, and you get in depth and study these things.
It's passive research. Oh, that's what's on? Oh, good.
I love that movie, though. I mean, I'm very happy it cracked the top 10, and I'll stick up for it. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 9. Now, this is my fault that this movie's here, so if you're going to be angry about it, be angry at me, because Zach rated this very highly. It's Us, number 9, directed by Jordan Peele. I showed this movie to my students the other day. And
it's you.
Oh, brother. Red? So I showed this to my students the other day, and they told me to shut up because I just kept pointing out all the great things about the production design and the ideas within it and the way that the actors held themselves and the foreshadowing. And they're like, Mark, shut up. So I like this movie as a horror movie. I like the gore. I like how mean it gets. I think the production design is brilliant. I love the open windows of the house. That creates a lot of tension. I think it's really well made. I guess just for me, you know how my brain works, Zach. I just kept wondering about where they got the scissors. And that's not important.
Yes.
That's not important. It's about...
And the red jumpsuits.
Yeah, it's about... And, I understand the insanity of that. And even though I own the movie. I bought the movie. I just watch it and I'm like, who ordered this? It's just, I can't... much like the F-bombs in Bliss, it takes me out of the experience a little bit. But you're much more eloquent when speaking about Us, so I'll let you do it.
I get exactly where you're coming from, because I do think at the very end in that monologue that's kind of explaining things, it explains one too many things and then not enough things. Like it shows you a little bit too much like firmly planted logic to point out how illogical it is.
Yeah.
So if it just would have reined that in a little bit, or didn't even cut to what she was talking about, you just heard it story-like, I think there would be people with a lot less problems with it. And I understand the problems, so I I basically whenever I go into this movie, I'm looking at it more as a kind of allegorical object as opposed to a literal, like, this is what's literally happening, even though it makes it pretty literal by the end. So that I do think is a flaw in the film. However, it has some of the most unsettling horror I've seen this year, especially anytime Lupita Nyong'o talks as Red.
Oh, gosh.
Is just bone chilling to me. And the way Jordan Peele uses the doppelganger subgenre and the doppelganger narratives that we've seen in Twilight Zone episodes from the past and other films is he is making some kind of statement. He is showing what I think I said after the movie, when it's that the other is you and you are the other. And so when you look at that through that lens, and especially when you know the twist at the end, sorry, there's a twist. Also, you should have seen Us by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I find it much more interesting to look at it as that kind of, okay, why is it doing, why do they have to wear red jumpsuits and have scissors? Oh, well, the scissors are, and Jordan Peele has said this in interviews, they are tethered together. Mm-hmm. They're, two similar shapes tethered together. So one moves, the other moves too. Like, okay, well, where'd they get it? Well, it's not as important to me where they got it as that they have, and that's the object they have.
I hunted down everything he had to say about this movie, and he kept saying, well, I just can't tell you things. And I'm like, no, tell me things. I like some ambiguity, and I like, I love, the ending of Take Shelter. I think that's brilliant. I love not knowing what was said in Lost in Translation. It's just, where'd they get the scissors? Where'd they get the dish drying material? Like, where's the sanitizer? Where'd they get rid of the bunnies?
But yeah, why tell me so literally that they're down there doing the exact same things we're doing without any of our materials, and then show us that they have these materials? That I think is the big flaw in the ending of the film. But for me, it doesn't ruin the rest of it.
I mean, from a storytelling technique, the kids give great performances in this movie. Lupita crushes it. So
yeah, and I'm so happy she's getting some awards recognition for that now with the SAG nomination.
And the New York critics gave her the win too.
Yes.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what us Georgia Film Critics Association put forward.
Do it. Give it to her.
No, man, I'm going Tilda Swinton, Dead Don't Die.
Oh, well, that's supporting actress. So.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
How about best actress and supporting actress for Lupita Nyong'o?
For what? This movie?
For Us.
I thought you were going to say Little Monsters, the zombie picture with her in it, the Australian zombie picture.
I did not get to see it, but I think, did you get around to seeing that before this?
I got 15 minutes in because I was trying to finish the one Stories to Tell in the Dark. Don't be afraid of the dark. Wait, the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That took me longer to finish than I expected. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean it looked fun. I also watched Anna and the Apocalypse the other day, and it lost my attention span. But there's a really great song about Santa.
Nice.
That I can send to you. All right, let's get to number 8. It's Ready or Not.
All right.
Directed by Tyler Jeanette, Matt Bettinelli. Now.
Wait. Sorry. Someone's coming by. I have to be quiet for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. They walked by.
Okay. Just give me 5 seconds.
I'm hiding in the dumbwaiter.
Nice. Oh man, I thought you were, I thought you were at school and you're like, someone's coming by. Oh man, you got me. That was good.
You
well
set
played.
this up.
Well played. I don't even remember what I set up earlier. That was brilliant. How your Converse doing?
They're a little covered in pig drippings and rotting flesh, but other than that, I have a big scratch on my back.
Oh man! Now, that was what 27 or 35 different dresses, and they were all color coded, and each part of the dress they built as for her to go to war, to rip off things, to tie up things, to do this, do that. Did you know that? Obviously, you knew there was more than one dress, but they designed it specifically for the screenplay.
Wait, it wasn't just shot one night?
Yeah. They actually shot they shot on location, and they couldn't get any blood on the floor. Imagine that, Zach. That would be so.
That's why, thankfully, with digital blood, you can kind of get away with that now.
Yeah,
because digital blood is getting better.
Now, this movie, Ready or Not, this was in my top 3 theatrical experiences of the year. I had this, I think, at number 3 on my list. I just had so much fun with it. Yep, number 3, I had it. Just watching, I wish I could tell the ending, but just this, I like the guy from Orphan Black just staring at his phone, being like, "You idiots!" Like when you remember he's joking around with his buddies. You have just some of the maids getting killed. Just, I thought Samara Weaving, I like her a lot in Babysitter. I think she's an actress to watch. I had so much fun with this movie.
I think this movie lives and dies on her performance, and her performance, she knocks it out of the park.
Now you had this at number 13. How come it didn't crack your top 10? Because I like the other ones more.
I had a lot of fun with this movie, and I loved Samara Weaving in it. I am a fan of the Radio Silence guys. They did the last short in VHS with the haunted house, and they also did a found footage horror movie that I tend to think is pretty good called Devil's Due. But this is definitely their finest work, and I think a lot of the problems I had were technical ones where I could see like some of the limitations of the budget. Like the freneticism of the editing felt really forced at times. Like her dragging something is in like 15 different shots as if it's trying to hide like a lack of coverage.
Yeah.
And also I have one problem with the ending that I think only I have is that I wanted it to end 2 minutes earlier.
Oh, wow. Wait.
I wanted it okay, I'm just going to say this as vaguely as possible. When the sun rises and nothing happens, I thought that was a brilliant ending. I thought that was the best ending. And then I was still happy with what happened, but it would have cracked my top 10 if it just ended like that.
That would have been funny. You're right. But what's the best way to explain it that is an inside joke between you and I? I can't do it, but I still love how it went full bliss ending.
Yes.
Hey.
It did go bliss.
Hey. Well, if you saw Bliss, you're angry at me, but not many people have watched it yet. So, but no, that makes, when I started laughing when that happened, but I love that. And actually that movie inspired me to write something that got me paid for an article for Cracked. So Ready or Not made me money.
I know, I find that too. Like if I write something about a film and it kind of unlocks something, I like that film better, despite whether it's, technically better than another film.
Yeah.
If it like brings something out of me I didn't know was kind of there.
It put cash in my pocket, so I'm happy.
There you go. So that's probably why I love The Last Jedi so much, because I think one of my favorite reviews is The Last Jedi.
What'd you write?
Oh, I mean, it's a paragraph. I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Oh, okay. All right, well, go to Letterboxd and you can read it.
Yeah. I'm a big Last Jedi stan, so I think I just lost half your audience.
Oh, no, man. There's Rian
Johnson.
Force Awakens was a remake. Rian Johnson came in and said, "I'm not playing in your sandbox, JJ. I'm not going Lost where I have to explain everything that you made the poor people explain in Lost. I'm killing your polar bear." And now JJ's back going, "I'm going back to what I did." Blows my mind.
All the sand is out of here. Let me sweep the sand back up.
Blows my mind. All right, hey, let's do one more, then we'll go on break. So our number 7 is Crawl. Alejandro Aja.
Crawl.
He tells the story of Haley and Dave, Gator fans, dealing with gators, which is brilliant. That she's a swimmer for the Gators, UF, and she has to swim around gators.
That's some smart writing right there.
Yeah, but I love this movie, man. This movie made me so happy. I love creature features. I'm a big B-Pep fan. I like him punching gators. I liked Kayla Scodelario a lot. I love the dog.
I love not Samara Weaving very much in this. Yes.
Yeah, not Samara Weaving very much. I don't know. I just love
a great year for blonde heroines.
Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Midsommar.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep. No. What
Climax.
Climax. Oh yeah. Hey.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that was a great year for her.
Yeah.
Considering, but like this movie, it's tough to just talk about because it's just a gator survival picture. but it should be worth talking about because it's a very good gator survival picture in a very limited space. This is not,
and it is a hell of a squirmer.
Yeah, it's you have a crawl space right under a house. You have a house, you have an upstairs, and then you have a gas station, and then you have a couple sewage pipes and a lair. That it's a very limited film to where it goes. But you would have hated watching this next to me because I would have been looking like, I don't know, what squirms a lot. I'd have been looking like that. You know those big things outside of car dealerships that blow in the wind? They're really tall.
Oh, the laughy, inflatable, arm flailing tube man.
Yeah, that would have been me.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. That was me while watching this movie. It just made me so happy.
It is just a tension machine. It's really good. And I like the CG gators. I think the gold standard for me, giant gator horror, is Rogue from 2007.
Love that movie. McLean. That is
an underrated film. And I hope someone just like releases that for real. Shout Factory. Come on.
I've been writing a lot about it. I try to promote it whenever I can. I love Rogue.
But these gators were also really good looking, and they were very menacing. Nothing felt stupid. It's kind of the same movie as The Shallows.
Yeah.
It's a woman dealing with her parental issues while fighting a water monster. The movie.
I love both those pictures.
But The Shallows gets really dumb at the end.
When it spears itself?
It gets like it ran out of budget and it had to go to video game graphics and.
I love that. How mean that shark is, though. That's a mean shark.
That's a mean shark, and it has some glorious images and really badly acted bookends. This one has really good acting, so they improved on The Shallows by telling kind of the same story.
BPEP punching alligators. I love it.
Right. I did find that the geography of the crawl space was a bit muddy. No pun intended.
Was it literal? You mean literal and figuratively muddy?
Yes. Yes, very muddy. But that sometimes helped the suspense.
And murky?
And murky, yes. Also, it's a crawl space, not a basement, because there are no basements in Florida.
Yeah, I remember when you wrote that, you wrote some comment and people were hating on you for it, weren't they? Didn't you make a cheeky comment and people were like, yo, it's a crawl space?
Look, they have a rabid, fervent fan base, the Crawl fans. I like the movie a lot. It's number 8 on my overall list. I don't know. I think you rated it pretty high too.
Yeah, I ran to your house and I threw just a giant Chipotle burrito at your window and it just exploded after you made that comment about Crawl.
It's a crawl space. That's why they're calling it Crawl. They want you to know it's not a basement.
What if they just called it base?
It's a big old crawl space, but.
How about this? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk 6 through 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Zach, you currently have a crossbow in your hands, but you're in a dumbwaiter. How did you make that work?
I gotta tell you, it's very cramped in here. I wish I would have just gotten the knife.
Did you? Now, I'm pretty amazed that you brought your mic, your laptop, your earbuds. I mean, you're being hunted and you're prepared. I just want to say thank you again for this.
Look, you never know. Podcasts are happening left and right. You never know when you have to real quick record one.
So it's like Twilight Zone. There's a podcast. There's a podcast on the wing. They're recording something. I could quit on that. I gotta follow that. I could quit with that one, Zach.
Yeah.
That's my best bit of 2019 right there. Crushed it.
That's number 1 on this list.
Number 6 is because of you, Zach.
Yes.
You know why? Because I saw it on your list.
Because I wear dresses.
Yes.
Because I'm wearing a wedding dress right now.
You and I, oh yeah, and it's a size 16. It fits both of us perfectly.
Yeah, I'd fit in a 16.
So I was fixing my washing machine the other day, and I had to go to a 3/16 bolt. But then the Jackson line got broken. Then I had to go around to the back and get a wrench and fix it. But then I realized that because of the spin going on, I had to go on and re-screw the knobs on the front. But then I realized that it was overpowering the spin drive. But then the spin drive...
I couldn't visually... That's my sonic way of visually zoning out.
Your bathroom breaks are way too long Zach. Watching Julian Barrett and Steve Oram, the guys from like Sightseers, Mighty Boosh, and Mindhorn, which is a very underrated movie. I love Mindhorn. Just getting on people for, getting on poor Sheila for her bathroom breaks was just, and I love this movie.
This is an absurd, wonderful horror comedy. It's inexplicable, like all the great classic midnight movies are. It's somewhat an anthology horror film, but it's very kind of bordering on high camp, but also you genuinely care about these characters.
I liked Babs. I liked Sheila. I liked Reg.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them all. And I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think one of my favorite performances of the year is Fatma Mohammed. I'm probably saying that wrong. Who is the cashier at the shop in which the titular dress is purchased, and her performance is just glorious camp.
Miss Luckmore at Dentley and Super?
Yes, that's her. Yes. And I saw this movie all the way back in April at the Florida Film Festival. It has finally gotten a release on VOD and in select theaters. I'm not sure, but did you watch an unrated cut? Because I have not seen the unrated cut. That's apparently the one that's available.
I didn't have that option. I just rented the regular cut. But I mean, it still goes places.
Yeah, that masturbation scene with the mannequins and oh my.
What is that?
I was into that.
Yeah. And it was nice seeing Gwendolyn Christie not be a soldier.
Yes. I want to see her in other films, just, being the annoying girlfriend of
eating food and staying in the bathroom too long.
Mm-hmm.
She did do a mom a favor by not saying that she saw her in the peephole.
That's true.
I mean, that's good looking out.
In Fabric. I am a big Peter Strickland fan. This is one of his best films, but he hasn't really made a bad film to me. Barbarian Sound Studio was great. Duke of Burgundy was great. And now In Fabric is kind of a comedic departure, but not really if you are really watching Peter Strickland films. I'm really excited as to what he's coming out with next.
I want to wreck the ending, but I don't. I want viewers to experience it, but I have many questions for you. Many questions. But yeah, no, I
don't know if I can answer them because I saw it all the way back in April, and I want to watch it again.
Oh, it's so good. All right, number 5. I watched this movie, and you love it. It broke you. You said I watched it, and it slightly dented me. But then I started thinking about it, and I liked it a lot more. It's Ari Aster's Midsommar at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie has the best bear stuffing since Wicker Man.
Yes. On the list of bear stuffing movies, this ranks high.
And any movie with Florence Pugh dancing in a circle, Little Women and this, is very highly rated and good.
Yes, Florence Pugh. Did she dance in a circle in Fighting with My Family?
Well, she fought in a no, that's a square. So there was no ring circle.
Sorry, it can't make the list then.
Yeah, I don't remember her doing circles in that movie. That's another 90% rated film.
I have not seen that movie. I hear it's pretty good, but after seeing her in Midsommar and her stealing every scene in Little Women, I am fully on the Florence Pugh bandwagon, and I want to watch everything she's in.
Well, you should, because it's a much different role. It's a much more physical role. So in Midsommar, she's dealing with grief and loss. In Little Women, she's just kind of the brat, right? Who's more there than you think.
And she does that same underbite, pouty look that is just, to me, iconic now.
Yeah, and then in Fighting with My Family, she's just a British wrestler, a little ragamuffin who makes it big. And
I've never heard her actually talk. Is she British?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think it's her act.
Oh man.
But she could be portraying.
She fooled me.
But she could be using like a Manchester as above, like, not like a London accent. She's that good. Oh, where in London do you live? On the south side? Oh, that's a completely different accent. I'll use that. But no, she's really good in that. But no, this Midsommar, it's just, I ended up laughing a lot.
It's a funny movie.
Yeah, I had some good, like that scene where, oh no, he left ahead of you. Why'd he leave? Oh no, he's in the van. Well, when am I gonna leave? Oh no, he took off. And then you hear scream like, oh no, he left. He'll meet you there. Wait, what? Just that, and then that idiot Will Poulter running around peeing on trees.
Will Poulter. Oh my God.
I don't think enough. All right, so it's easy to focus on Florence. Oh brother, that's why I messed it up. It's easy to focus on how great Florence is because she's just amazing. But I really like Jack Rayner's performance. He is a tool.
I don't think he's as much of a tool as some of the writing has led you to believe. I don't know. I thought they were both at fault in certain ways and both arrogant in certain ways, and they were definitely two people who should not be together. Yeah. And I think the horror element of this is the exaggeration to which their downfall occurs. I don't think that this is much of a mystery film. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think when you go to a cult in a movie, that's not going to end well. Yeah. It's just like going to a haunted house. It's haunted. You're just waiting for how these characters are going to react to this haunting, how these characters are going to react to this cult, and what that's going to mean for their relationship and what that means for their characters overall.
Knowing where this was going was much easier for me to handle than it was with Hereditary. Hereditary, I just felt like I was walking towards what I knew was going to happen. And in this one, I knew what was going to happen, but it still had some fun surprises for me in the way of going there. So I like this more than Hereditary.
It doesn't have the immediate shock of Hereditary because, that light pole in Hereditary just wrecks you.
Yeah, a lot of people
it wrecks her and it wrecks you.
A lot of people lost their heads over that moment.
Oh!
Yeah. Bad, so bad. But this movie, okay, and also I think it should be appreciated that Hereditary's 2018, Midsommar's 2019. I don't know how long the process of editing and showing Hereditary was, but Ari Aster did not have long to follow this movie up. And the one thing I was really worried about is he just made this amazing movie this very popular movie in 2018. What is it going to be like a year later? How is he going to find that depth in it? And
it reminds me of kind of M. Night Shyamalan making Sixth Sense in 99 and then Unbreakable in 2000, where it wasn't as perfectly received as Sixth Sense was, but over time we've kind of come to love Unbreakable and given it the critical reevaluation it deserves.
It's my favorite superhero movie.
Mm-hmm. It's up there.
Hands down. And so this, I don't know. I don't want to get more into it. You know where it goes. But I think the performances are solid. I really liked, I liked William Jackson Harper. He's Chidi from The Good Place. So seeing him on screen made me very happy. Just the squishes and the blood. Oh man.
And one of my favorite scenes of any movie this year is the crowd of women mimicking her crying.
Yeah.
And taking her burden away from her, but also drowning it out. So she doesn't have it anymore.
And the best.
And then that's what happens with the people burning alive in the building. They're taking on that thereby drowning it out.
Oh man.
That movie hit me hard. And my ranking of Midsommar on my list, I think, was number 3. If it was the director's cut, it would probably be ranked lower because I think the director's cut is a weaker film.
Wow.
It's 30 minutes longer and it makes Christian more of an asshole.
Not good.
Yeah. And it tragically uncomplicates the messiness of her redemption at the end.
That is a messy redemption.
That is a messy redemption.
You ready for 4?
What is 4?
Lighthouse.
Ah, the Lighthouse.
A nice tale between Ifrin and Thomas, and lots of farts and mermaids. And
I think Robert Eggers has described it's a movie about masculinity in which 2 men are in a large phallus giving every bodily fluid known to man.
Yeah. I mean, they do. Everything they give. And I like that, a lot of people focus on the farts because it's easy, but after reading what Eggers had to say about it, misery is hilarious, and that's why he wanted the farts to come early. I don't feel bad talking about it because he's been upfront about it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just the Fart Lighthouse movie, but I think that as soon as
The
I
Fart
heard
House.
the light fart. Now
The Fart House, like the bitch.
I want to hear arguments about how do you spell the Fart House? The 3 F's. Now, this movie, as soon as that first fart happened, it kind of told me, okay, this movie is a comedy of sorts. And so I was able to really get on its wavelength the way they made it. And then I started looking at the performances, and Willem Dafoe better win an Academy Award for this. And I listened to an interview that he was doing. He said that Eggers makes his world so full and complete, you're able to give yourself to it, and it's not that hard. Which I thought was pretty cool about this movie. But it feels so authentic. And this, they shot on, 16? No, what did they shoot on? Yeah, and then, it's not the widescreen that you're used to. It's more of like, 185 to 1 maybe? What after?
No, it's not even 4:3. It's narrower. It's one. I think it's 1.13 or 1.2 to 1. So it's almost a square.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just, it wouldn't be 1.85 to 1. But I love the look. I love the world. I love the weird mermaid things. I love that they were drinking turpentine. It's just a fun descent into misery.
It is. And the reason it's not higher on my horror list is because as a horror movie, it would be lower. But I think as just a character chamber drama between these two guys, it gets to horror by the end, but before that, there's a lot of glimpses of it. It's really just madness. It's just showing a descent into madness in a very, very slow, and at first to me, it was a little distancing, but once I got kind of caught onto his wavelength, so I want to watch it again too. It's like a masculine inversion of what The Witch is. And The Witch is kind of a mass psychosis bordering on vaguely supernatural that takes hold with violent consequences. That's what I describe The Witch as.
And baby goo.
Oh, baby goo. Rub the baby goo all over.
I guess you'd have to put this almost in air quotes, right? This movie. But it's being put in every list, so I just had to include it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the Bird Wrangler did their damn job that day.
Oh my gosh. I love the seagulls. Best seagulls since Shallows.
Best seagull murder since I don't know when. I've never seen a seagull murder.
Best
obliterating a seagull.
That's the word I was about to use. Obliteration. There was nothing left of that seagull.
Someone's got to make a gif of that. Just like a looping gif of him bashing that seagull.
I'd use it. That's a good thing to show frustration.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right. Number 3. And this is all basically because of me. So this is One Cut of the Dead. The, $25,000 film made by Japanese film students that went on to make 30 million worldwide and just makes me so happy. As someone who has been on tons of film sets and someone who loves kind of low budget ideas and making things work out of nothing. I mean, you think about Blair Witch, you think about all these kind of shows. I think it's just endlessly inventive, put a massive smile on my face, and just nothing, even though it's supposedly a horror movie, but nothing made me happier than One Cut of the Dead this year.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is the movie that had the biggest turnaround in terms of my reaction to it from opening to closing. Because, I think we can give a basic summary without giving anything away. A film crew is shooting like a zombie movie, right?
Yeah.
And then an actual zombie appears and starts taking them out, and it's all in this one 40-minute shot without cuts. And that's the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
And the first half of the movie, I was like, okay, this is, I'm impressed by some of the technical, but also there's some weird stuff going on. And I was kind of zoning out as to kind of not really engage with it. But man, do you got to stick with this movie. You got to stick with it because it becomes goddamn wonderful.
I want that on the box. Action!
Stick with it. A little boring at first, but then becomes really
Palm. Just I love this. Zach, like you've been on smaller films before, so just watching watching some of the production assistants fall, watching this scramble, watching the blood tubes, the bad backs. It's just, oh man,
watching that kind of sense of community form, that sense of just emotional. Let's get this job done.
And at the end, everyone's smiling. Like I've been on some gnarly shoots, and when we get done with it, we're like, all right, that was fun. And you're like, wait, no, it wasn't. But just watching that, the best puke of 2019, aside from better than Knives Out, I'm going to say. I know that's controversial.
Look, there's a lot of puke to compete with, but yeah, that would be up there.
Great puke. But no,
we got the Lighthouse, we got the Perfection, you got.
And I'm going, because I like the puke because of knowing the setup for the puke.
Yes.
That's a 3-step puker.
It's a 3-step puker.
Now, I'm very happy with our 1 and 2, Zach.
I am too. And if it gets more people to see these 2 movies, I'm going to be very happy.
How in Sam Hell did Dr. Sleep not do better? Should it have been released, which is our number 2? Should it have been released on Halloween? It's a follow-up to The Shining, dude. Like, what? Why
should it
not?
Have been called Dr. Sleep, A Shining Story?
The Shining 2, Lack of Sleep?
Or just Shining in the title. I think that was the biggest disconnect, because most of the people who didn't see it that I talked to didn't know it was a Shining sequel.
The best
and
villain.
Like, you gotta see it.
The best villain of 2019 is Rose the Hat.
Rose the Hat. I'll give that to you.
I read the book, and I woke up one night screaming because I thought I saw Rose the Hat. And what I think got me about her in the book and in the movie is how casual she is with her murder and her way. Like, you don't see many villains like her, so casual and just so, this is what I am, this is what I need to survive, and I don't care if I have to go to extreme horrible measures because I need to keep these people alive and I need to stay alive. It's a very compelling villain in this film.
Mm-hmm. And it's someone who's been at it for a long time, of course, because that's why she's doing it, and has kind of distanced herself from any kind of humanity in that way.
Oh.
It's a vampire narrative in that way. It's a soul vampire. They're basically soul vampires is what people call them. And
Steam.
It's accurate. Oh, steam vampire. Yes, the steam.
Oh, yeah.
They take the shine.
This and Bliss have kind of secret vampires, or not quite vampires, but vampires, sort of.
Yeah, and what strikes me about Dr. Sleep is that it feels like an epic. So you have movies like Midsommar, Dr. Sleep, you have It Chapter 2, these like 2.5 to almost 3 hour horror epics. There had never been really that many horror movies prior to Suspiria remake that were
more explosions,
over 2.5 hours. And now, in the last couple of years, we've gotten many of them. Is it the influence of TV and that kind of serialized content that is doing that? Is the runtime a hindrance because It Chapter 2 did a lot worse than It Chapter 1, and Dr. Sleep got almost no one to go see it? I don't know. This movie doesn't feel like 2.5 hours. It feels like an epic in the way that The Shining felt like an epic. And I've been a big fan of Mike Flanagan ever since Absentia. I just have enjoyed and sometimes loved everything he's done, especially Gerald's Game, especially Oculus. And I'm just glad that this might be his masterpiece. This is a culmination of all the things he's been experimenting with, the kinds of suspense he's been experimenting with in Haunting of Hill House, in Gerald's Game again.
Oculus,
Hush.
He loves putting people in houses.
He loves putting people in houses, and he loves that kind of green-blue kind of 50s-esque color scheme. Like it's missing a red channel.
Yeah.
I think, or maybe it's missing a green channel. It's all blue and I don't know. It's something. It's a very distinct look, but he brings out the humanity in the horror a lot more than most of his contemporaries in the horror genre. And he does it while still being freaking scary and freaking disturbing.
Casting Jacob Tremblay was such a smart idea.
And that scene is brutal. That's one of the most brutal scenes, and it's in one of the biggest horror movies of the year. It's just absolutely, kids used to be off limits. Now we're just killing kids left and right in movies. Thanks, It.
Is this gonna hurt? Is this gonna hurt? Yeah. But I love how. So I like the book, but in the original Stephen King book, the Overlook Hotel burnt down. Now, in the Shining movie, the hotel didn't burn down. So I like how Flanagan, he had to bring people in with Kubrick's Shining, but then he also included King's Shining. So I thought it was a really good blending of the two as well. He had a tightrope to walk. He couldn't obviously make a sequel to Stephen King's book, but
I think the worst thing you can do with a sequel to a movie of that stature is make the original worse. And what this does, it makes the original better.
Ooh.
I think The Shining is a better movie now that I've seen Danny grown up as Ewan McGregor and having that scene where he returns to the hotel. And I love the scene in Dr. Sleep where he returns to the hotel and the lights are just coming on as he enters rooms, as if his memory space is being illuminated, as if he's like branching into his own psyche. And then he meets his father at the base of his psyche. And I did not realize until much after that's Elliot from E.T.
Whoa. No. Wait.
Perfect.
What?
Yeah. That's Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas was
Jack.
No way.
Yeah.
Henry has a good hookup with Flanagan. Gerald's Game, Haunting of Hill House.
I think spoilers are off the book now. We've been just spoiling things left and right, but
yeah. Yeah.
But another thing I want to point out is the absolutely gorgeous scene in which Rose the Hat kind of astral projects and finds the girl in the bedroom. That is one of the most visually stunning things I've seen all year.
And a lot was asked of Kylie Curran. It's like a first-time actress as Abra Stone.
Yes.
She nailed it.
And she's fantastic. And Ewan McGregor's great in it, too.
Yeah, I guess I'm so used to him being good. And I like Crow Daddy. I like that Zach McClammon, who was from Fargo and one of my favorite episodes of Westworld's in it. I loved Cliff Curtis. I like that Snake Bite Andy girl.
All the visual effects were like top-notch and disturbing, too. Like the dying of the vampire characters is just, it's weird and eerie.
And her speech about that guy, the guy dies, and her speech about him tearing down empires, like the Roman empires, and killing kings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
even the villains get this humanity to them, this kind of community humanity that's just like everyone has layers and layers of depth to them in a Mike Flanagan film.
They're very near dark-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. All right, you want to move on to one?
I mean, I think we talked about this movie on our best of the decade list,
and we didn't give it as much love though, because we can. This movie, you talk about it. Go for it.
Well, before we get to that question about our decade horror list, is there any movie you saw since our decade horror list that you would include? Because I would probably include Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, I put Dr. Sleep in at probably 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't Crawl, number 1.
The Shallows.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, I mean
that.
But Yeah, maybe Doctor Sleep. But I love One Cut of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I thought our top 10 was really good, man.
Yeah, and I do have a special slot in my own list that is a special jury prize for television, and I want to shout out to Chernobyl.
So good. And Legion.
Which I I haven't watched Legion yet, but Chernobyl, that is a show that would have really terrified me as a kid, the way like JFK terrified me as a kid when I watched it.
With dust particles, and when dust particles make you cringe, you know a movie's doing something right.
It's just awful. And episode 4 of that show is just pure horror, where they have to send assassination squads for all the house pets. Ugh.
But this movie, Climax.
All right.
Gaspar Noé.
Climax. That is our number 1 of the year because it was on our best of the decade list.
And if we put it at our number 2, we couldn't really leave it out. This is our number 1. But we're not just doing it for that. I mean, this is a movie that goes to basically hell. And it features like the dancing in it, but just how it goes into madness. Like poor Omar, right? Poor Lou. Like people's hair gets light on fire because there's no cocaine. A child electrocutes himself. It's just such a. I love this movie.
And then a woman goes full possession.
Yep.
In a room alone.
And then, I mean, but in this movie, it ends on such a downer, but it's such a successful. I liked not knowing the characters. I liked not knowing who. I only knew who one actor was. So I really liked that. It deserves a number 1 spot. I know some people don't like this movie because, some people have mentioned that the characters are nothing characters and you don't really care for them. However, that doesn't really matter. I don't think that we needed to know who these people were.
Yeah, I think they're a community of dancers, and that's what you see in pretty much the first moments of the film. You see them on separate televisions, kind of talking about how they want to be a part of this dance troupe. And then we get to see them all moving beautifully together in this wonderful continuous shot. And then they have an after party, and they continue to play and dance together. And it's all very lovely. And it's all just one person. It's like, it's one group of people. And then we start going to the separate little 2 shots and people separating and having conversations which are just complaining about each other.
Yeah.
And so you get enough of their character to know that they have a character. I don't think you need to show any other depth because of the kind of world it's painting and and then the next time we see them, everyone's trapped in the abyss of their own trip. So everyone's just living their own reality.
Man, it's so good.
It's so good.
I felt bad for the little kid, though.
Oh, of course. I felt bad for little kid in Dr. Sleep.
Oh,
what do we have against little kids
on this
list?
Yeah, we've in our top 1 cut, 4, 5. Yeah, our top 2, man. Little kids getting wiped out.
I had It Chapter 2 on my list, and that little girl just gets it dirty.
Oh, yeah. But that scene, she just goes under the bleachers, right? That scene? He's such a jerk.
I don't like him very much. He seems mean.
But I don't know, man. So I watched some clips again for this film just to kind of get me in the headspace of it again. And I actually showed the trailer to my students, and they're like, Mark, what was that? But I think, all right, so I think this is what this movie has really stuck with me. And it just dragged me down watching it. And I guess a lot of Gaspar Noé's movies have done that, Irreversible, that kind of stuff. But it just really, I don't know, it felt like Goodfellas. Not the feeling I got, just feeling exhausted after watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kind of
have
have
that? That was an experience, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it helps that, unlike a lot of his other films, it's shorter.
Yeah.
It's under 100 minutes. It might even be 90 minutes. It starts with such joy and loveliness. And in fact, halfway through the movie, there's a credit sequence.
Yeah. I love that.
And it's as if that the worst part of the movie, the worst trip, would you agree it's the worst trip ever committed to film?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's the longest.
Yeah. It's the longest, yeah. And it's made to look like one continuous 45-minute shot.
So good. Hey, One Cut of the Dead and this are in there.
Yeah. Oh. And then that is essentially an after credit scene. So what you would see, what's Thanos up to now? In the next, he's tripping his balls off.
Yeah, he'd have been in bad shape with this stuff. And it turns out that what was her name? Psyche? Psyche, the woman who did this, the Russian with their LSD eye drops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that hair lighting on fire, and then the aftermath where she's trying to put water on her head.
Oh, so awful. Everyone's just, I don't think that criticism, I think that criticism that no one has a character is more of an observation than a criticism. I think that's part of the design of the piece.
And I think with a lot of these actors, they have their own, they're very good at what they do. So there is an ego to them, right? They're trying to, these are some of the best, and they learned really quick. So I could see them having this ego, like, you know, they're as together, they're a dance troupe, but individually they think they're the best.
Mm-hmm. And the dance they do. The dance that they are performing is this kind of mix of group dance and solos kind of mixed together. And then there you have that overhead shot of them doing their kind of solo thing, and it just devolves into them just getting so tired that we just get an empty dance floor in the mid-credit sequence.
I love this movie.
I do love the opening shot. Well, the opening shot of the bloodied woman coming out in the snow, and it just is so stark white. And then the closing credits, of course. But then you have the TV shot. And the TV shot on either side of the TV are materials that will train you how to take the movie in. Mm-hmm. So on this side, you have movies that influence Gaspar Noé, like Eraserhead and Possession. And there's a scene from Possession in this film, like almost ripped from Possession. And then what I thought was interesting was there's Suspiria there. And what I thought watching this again was that this is a better remake of Suspiria than the remake of Suspiria.
I agree.
Because it's not about, it's not about the story of Suspiria, but it is a movie that is dealing in the same sensory experience that something like Suspiria is doing. And in fact, one of my reviews is just a fictional conversation between Luca Guadagnino, I think that's his name, who directed Suspiria, saying, like, I'm going to remake Suspiria and treat it like an art film. It's going to have lots of dancing, and it's going to have this red-lit hellscape at the end. And Gaspar Noé just says, hold my beer. Yeah.
I agree, man. I'm very happy this is number one. If someone, well, no one's going to come at us for this, but I think this is, I think you should watch it.
Would you say,
what's up?
This is the only Gaspar Noé film you would want to watch a second time?
You know what? I've watched several of his films. I've only watched them once, and I've watched this multiple times. So yeah, I guess so.
Like, I keep wanting to watch Enter the Void because there's so many little bits of it that are so great. It has the greatest opening title sequence in film, maybe. But that is a 2.5 hour slog of despair. This at least gives you some levity and then drops you down further into despair.
And it's 90 minutes.
And it's 90 minutes. You're in and out of despair in 90 minutes.
I love it. Well, well, thank you so much for joining me, man. I love our top 12.
I do too. I think this is, the more I think about it, the more it's a really great year for horror. And I think it's a year in which the, popular critical community is catching on that horror is a vital, important form. And there's not, I had nowhere to go with that.
Elevate. It's a vital, it's elevated.
Oh no, it's not elevated.
Hey-o.
The original Suspiria was an art film, damn it.
I just totally wrecked your train of thought. You were saying something brilliant. Critics are catching on to it finally?
Critics are catching on to it, and they're not treating it like the, evil, disgusting thing that you shouldn't take too seriously. It is a serious form, and it's a serious genre, and it's a genre in which the movies last. Whoa. Like, if you look back at any era of film, you look at the horror films, and you can really see what the culture was thinking at the time.
Wow. So on this one, we have Climax, top 5, Climax, Dr. Sleep, One Cut of the Dead, Lighthouse, Midsommar. What does that say about society?
We're all lost in the abyss of our own personal realities, and we don't share the same view of the world.
Whoa. And fart noises.
Also farting in a lighthouse.
A light fart. All right, on that note, hey, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Zachary Beckler, check out Interior. You're going to love that movie. This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
Awesome.
Light fart.
Light fart.